Here's an interesting fact. If you die in your house and you have a cat or a dog will at least give you the courtesy of waiting a week until it eats your face. Cats will just go right in right away and just start minutes. They're like, you're finally dead. I'm going to eat you.
That's just efficiency.
I don't want my cats to starve until someone finds me.
Welcome to the Love, Hate, Laugh Show. Welcome to the Love, Hate, Laugh Show. Super excited about this week's episode. I'm producer Paul. We've got Nick, Eliza, and Bjorn in the house, and we're going to just jump right into it. Nick, you got a hate for us.
I do have a hate. I hate dogs.
Oh, boy. Ooh, baby.
Oh,
Ric Flair on this episode on the heel.
God.
I do not like dogs. Here's the thing, though. It's maybe not 100% dogs. It's definitely most of their owners.
Oh, okay.
Well,
There's a few reasons I don't like dogs. One, like, everybody seems to think I should like a dog. I don't like them. They smell bad. Here's the things I don't like about dogs themselves.
He has a list.
I did. I had a lot of good points. I've been thinking about this. And I was like, hey, if I'm going to come in and say some unpopular shit.
yeah, you're
I
gonna
need
get
to think it out.
canceled everywhere.
Oh, yeah. No, if you're going to cancel me for something, this will be it. Yeah, I don't like how they smell. I don't like how they act. They're too needy. They're too high maintenance. Every dog I've been around, I'll be sitting there not wanting to pet a dog, and it'll come and it shoves its little head under my hand. I didn't want to pet a dog. Now it's making me pet it. Rude. Disrespectful.
Wow.
And then the main thing is the average dog is not trained well enough to be where it is.
I mean,
And that's anywhere other than its own home.
I kind of have to agree with that.
So I've actually, it's all kind of comes down to most dog owners and how much they assume that I love their dog. I don't love your dog.
Wait, you don't...
You love your dog. You love your dog. I don't love your dog.
Yeah. Are there some do you dislike big dogs more than small dogs, or breeds you don't like?
It's behaviors is closer to what I don't like. So it's pretty much any dog under 6 years old. I don't like that dog.
So so you like dogs that can't move.
Yeah, I like
You're
a
the
nice
older.
I like a nice, chill old dog
A senior dog.
that keeps to
Docile.
itself, and or a dog that is trained like a soldier.
Oh,
Like a really good boot camped service dog. Great. Like a dog guiding a blind person. Excellent dog. They always are just a real cadet. They don't bark. They don't get distracted. They're locked in. I like those dogs. Good dogs. Or just a dog, like anything that's been kind of professionally trained, or just the owner really has a good handle on it and they don't cause a problem. And if they walk even off leash, they're right next to their owner. They can heel consistently. That's a good dog. But yeah, any dog where the owner has to be like, it's okay, he's friendly. Fuck that dog.
Was there an specific incident that led to this, or?
Honestly,
Yeah.
many incidents with many dogs over the years, and then we talked about controversial topics, and I was like, I got a heater.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Holding back. I've known you for 5 years. You've kept this a secret.
Well, we had talked about it. He said he hated dogs, and I kind of was like,
Bjorn has
you
definitely
don't
been
hate dogs. And then the first time I saw him interact with Bucket, I was like, no, this man hates dogs.
And Bucket's the cutest.
And then I was worried if you
And
could
he's
ever love
well-trained.
another person, because
Yeah.
I was like,
well-trained.
this is a red flag.
I
Because
like
for me,
cats.
I was like, it's a deal breaker. If you don't like dogs, deal breaker. It's over.
Yeah, your
It's not
friend-
going to work.
Friend breakup.
It's not going to work for me. That's why I would take Bucket on all my first dates and watch how
I
they
think-
interacted.
I think that's a good call as a dog person, because people.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't be able to date somebody who was loved their dog so much and it always was around.
Yeah.
Because that would be a problem. I know I've lived with dogs, and I did like those dogs, but at the end of the day, I was like, I'm glad they're someone else's dog, and I was not sad to move out.
I met someone when I went to London who said that he'd had dogs and cats, and he liked cats better because he didn't like having to be the boss of the dog. There's a power differential there.
I get that.
My cats are my roommates who I help out a lot.
I also
I
just
don't-
feel like you have
I'm
to
not the
earn
boss.
the affection a little more with a cat.
It's true.
You know, I feel like dogs, they just, not only do they just let you off the hook for everything, they're like so always begging for attention. At least all the ones
Love
that
it.
I've lived with.
They're
Like jumping up on you and you're like, dude, no.
Yeah.
Why? Go over there, lay down.
I love
You've
how
got a
needy they
perfectly good
are.
fucking bed.
I've got a counterpoint.
Counterpoint.
Because
Paul.
I am very triggered right now. Because
Okay.
I love dogs.
Uh-huh.
I love my dogs. I love everybody's dogs. And I think dogs can tell when somebody's good or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're just scared of being found out. But that's okay. Because here's the thing. Here's an interesting fact. If you die in your house and you have a cat or a dog will at least give you the courtesy of waiting a week until it eats your face. Cats will just go right in right away and just start minutes. They're like, you're finally
fine.
dead. I'm going to
It's
eat you.
just efficiency.
Yeah, I don't want my cats to starve until someone finds me. I want them to survive.
Yeah, this just proves that dogs
I
are dumb
don't
as
need
fuck.
my nose anymore.
Yeah, you're dead.
I'm not using my nose
Yeah,
anymore.
Yeah, well, I'm
these
not.
dogs are dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So I've got a few proposals.
Okay.
Because,
Oh, we got proposals.
yeah,
Okay.
here's
This is
my
a
thing
modest
is
proposal.
I
We
decided
want
to
to
come
change
into
some
this.
laws? Is that what's going on?
If I seize power and become a dictator, because
Okay.
that's about the only way
Oh,
to pass
boy.
my rules. There's going to be a couple. One is there should be a rule, a law that dogs are not allowed in any bar, restaurant, anywhere that serves food.
Dude, you are
Because
in the
dogs are-
wrong city.
Oh,
Yeah.
the thing is, there's not a right city. Everywhere I've gone, there's
Really?
people that love their dogs.
Minneapolis was not like
Oh,
this.
really?
No.
Oh shit, I gotta go
It's
there.
not a super dog city.
Bozeman was a super dog city,
Uh,
and Portland's a super dog city.
One time, Bjorn and I did a
Vegas.
show in Salem,
yep.
and we saw a dog sitting outside just chilling with sunglasses on. Would you not like that dog?
No,
But
I
he had-
mean,
he had sunglasses.
he sounds cute to see a picture of.
Yeah,
I can
we
appreciate
have
a cute
pictures,
dog
yeah.
from a distance.
Yeah,
That's
but-
I'm that's not my issue. My issue is like I don't know why unless it's a service dog. Obviously,
Sure.
caveat for service dogs, real ones.
Like customer service?
Yes, if they
Customer
can
service
answer
dogs.
if they can answer a phone and help me book an appointment,
okay,
then
then-
absolutely.
okay.
That's a dog. That dog's contributing to society, and he has earned his place.
Why do they have to work?
They got to be working dogs? Because you
It's
imagine
capitalism.
working. What's a
This is
working
America.
cat?
Yeah,
Yeah.
A cat, they'll eat your nose. They're
Yeah.
Well,
helping with
cats,
decomposition.
cats also just kind of stay in a house, or if they're outside, they run away. So the problem solves itself most of the time with cats. No, I don't think they should be allowed like indoors in restaurants because it always is kind of annoying. And also, ew, they roll in poop, like for fun, and then they don't shower. Sometimes they are showered, but not consistently enough for
I'm
me
pretty sure
to
they're
have them
not
next to food.
allowed in restaurants.
I feel like I've seen dogs, at least in bars,
Bars, they
Yeah.
are.
and I don't.
Yeah, it depends.
Yeah, I don't love it. So that would be one of my rules. My main and probably most controversial rule is that I think they should all be professionally trained. I think it should be like the Swiss military.
I'm on
They
board for
have
that.
mandatory service, age 0 to 2, boot camp.
2 years?
Yeah. I don't want
2
these
years.
fucked up dogs. I don't want the ones that didn't react. The basset hounds. Basset hounds are dumb as shit. They would
They
take
are.
at least 2 years.
That's fair.
And they're cute, but they'd be cuter if they weren't running around making a racket.
So nobody gets puppy time?
No.
Oh boy. Okay. I'm holding on. Keep going.
Puppies are cute, and it would be too bad. But you could get a kitten, and those are also cute.
That's
and
true.
They ain't bother nobody. And then I think there should be some penalties for having an annoying dog.
Okay.
Like if
let's
your dog off leash goes and bugs people, and you can tell the people are like, no, fuck off, and then it does it a second time, fine.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say like
Fines.
a little electric shock, but fine.
No, I'm not gonna zap the. It's not the thing is it's most of the time not
it-
the dog's fault that their owner.
No, I
is
mean
a
shock
dickhead.
the owner, not
Ooh,
the dog.
yes,
Of course, not the
yeah.
dog.
Yeah.
I could be talked into that.
God.
See, I need you in my cabinet. These are the ideas that my regime needs. Yeah.
I would
Now
also
we're
ban leaf
thinking.
blowers. That's
I-
my dictator. rule.
I'm-
I actually agree with a lot of the stuff that you're saying, and
Look
I'm a
at
dog
this.
owner. But I've always, the big thing with dogs is like the training never stops.
Mhm.
It's not necessarily like the dog is trained, and then the biggest mistake that I think dog owners make is they think like, okay, he's trained now. I never have to give him treats. I bring treats all the time. The training never stops.
Like
probably
once
have
he can
treats
sit,
right
then
now.
he's off the hook.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
and a lot of people just kind of are like, we taught him to sit. He doesn't shit in the house anymore. I'm done.
I
And
would
it's
say
like,
that's
no.
the average dog owner.
Could you imagine if
And then
that's
they're
where
a
we
menace.
stopped with kids?
Yeah, it's like
That's
you gotta,
actually where a lot of people
He doesn't
did
poop
stop
on the
with
floor
kids.
anymore.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Yeah.
I've met a lot of those people.
Yeah, they exist.
and I mean, like, I agree. Like, a lot of people just they don't continue the training, and the dog gets it. They're like, and the other thing is it's like, would you do a job and not get paid? Like,
Are you
A lot of
advocating
people-
for paying dogs?
well, no. When you treat them,
Well, if
when
they're
you
going to
give
do
them a treat,
customer service.
Oh.
you're paying them.
Yeah.
So it's like
When
you're
they
paying
answer
them
the phone.
Yeah.
for the thing that
Yeah.
they're getting
Okay, I
a
get that.
reward. And what the biggest mistake is, people think, oh, my dog knows how to sit. I don't need to give him treats as much, or he doesn't need a treat every time. No. Would you get pissed if you didn't get paid at your job one time? They're like, hey, it's a weird month. We're not going
It's
to
a
pay
weird
you.
month.
And it's like, I mean, my dogs look at me like pissed when I make them sit and I'm like digging and I'm like, crap, we're out
Yeah.
of treats, guys. I know it seems like an endless supply, but
So yeah, you don't want startup dogs. You want established
you want
company
established
dogs.
company dogs.
It's fair.
Those are my big
No,
things.
but
Like,
I
the
think
training
we
never
could
stops.
incorporate that into the rules here. I think under the penalties for having an annoying dog is if they do not continue the training and it's found out. Lots of penalties. I think that dog goes to an established good home. It's like CPS gets called,
Oh.
The
but
other
for dogs.
I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm not gonna make this funny. I'm just gonna keep it real.
Keep
The other
it a
thing is
buck.
people they choose a dog based on how it looks,
Yeah.
not based on the temperament. And that is the worst part. That is not the way to pick a dog. You pick by temperament, and then you be okay with the way that it looks. Like, yes, it's great that it's cute.
That's good advice for like people
But
in general.
it's
I
like
think.
you gotta choose by temperament.
Look at the inside,
Yeah.
not the outside. This
This
is
is by
just
temperament, and then
Yeah,
be okay
choose by
with how it
temperament.
looks.
new dating app.
yeah,
New
we got a
temperament.
dating app
temperament first.
Yeah.
Temperament only.
Temperament only.
we're like
Something
no
about
pictures.
breed
It's just like the
restrictions
aura.
and something about breed
Yeah,
restrictions
I
in the
would
name of the app.
immediately turn into racism. So I don't know.
I
It
know.
might.
I
No,
know.
but temperament only, wouldn't that?
Well, right, but
literally-
I feel like
there would be people that it would end up at racism.
It always ends up at racism.
That
Unfortunately.
does
Yeah.
does seem to be.
I mean,
the
you're
way
kind
it
of
can
getting
go.
close to dog racism here. I mean,
Yeah,
I
but
get it.
That's not real.
I'm just saying, but I'm just saying, like, if we're edging toward it with talking about dogs, like humans will absolutely
The
do
big the big thing is that just people pick.
Oh,
based-
you're saying by picking based on looks.
that. Yeah.
Is sort of so anybody with a French bulldog is a dog racist, a dog elitist.
Yeah.
Nice. I like
And-
that. That's a good hard.
And
stance.
going to be broke about 2 to 3 years
Yeah.
after they get the puppy.
One time,
They're
wait, this is
so cute, but I'm like kind of low
aren't
key
they, like,
against them.
$10,000 and they
Yeah.
have to be born by
Well,
C-section.
10 grand
Yeah, they
used.
can't be born
10 grand
naturally.
used.
Oh, on the secondhand market. they're
Yeah.
10 grand.
And anyone who's like, I want to get a French bulldog, I tell them, I worked with dogs at a dog facility pretty close to where we're at, and I never met a single one purebred French bulldog that did not have the cleft palate surgery, which is
Oh, that's
roughly
interesting.
the ground floor of that is about $3,000.
Jeez.
So if you're gonna get one, just budget for a $3,000 surgery in the first year or two. It's inevitable. It's like it's like 99% of them have
Really?
to have this surgery to live. Yes,
Was
absolutely.
their head is so much bigger in proportion to their body than it should be, right?
Yeah.
Because of breeding, that like they have to be born by
Yep.
C-section. Isn't that the
It's
thing?
like their proportions are all off. And then
Damn.
this is a thing that I have with my pug. I'm like, I'm going to just be like agreeing. I love my dog so much. We just spent $1,000 on him though.
Dude, look how
to get-
fucking good I am, dude.
get-
I came in here, I said I hate dogs, and now Bjorn agrees with me.
I agree. I don't,
Dude, I should run for legitimate office.
but the conclusion is not I hate dogs. It's that I am just aware of these things, and I agree. I hate when people don't keep training their dogs. It's annoying. I was at the dog park the other day, and I've done everything I can, but one dog is allowed to be off leash, one is not allowed to be off leash. And my not off leash dog, I just don't let him off. But this puppy kept grabbing the leash and just was like flailing Bucket all over the place, and I had to leave. And this lady was like, "Oh no, sorry, she's a puppy." I was like, "Well, she should leave. You should leave."
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
My dog
okay
was
that she's a
just-
puppy, but she's also being a dickhead.
Yeah, I was like,
At any age, that's bad behavior.
I mean, dog parks are like a real challenge, and it's like, and I've even gotten to the point where like I'll show up and I will look at who's there or what dogs are there, what breeds are there,
if
and
you
I
see
will.
too many doodles, you're like, these people are morons.
Yeah. Also, those are dogs. Those dogs tend to be so wild. Like they'll just run and run and run, and they'll
they're-
steal my dog's ball.
They're hunting dogs that all live in
like-
apartments. At the end of the day, poodles and labs are both retrievers.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be jumping into a frozen lake to fetch a dead goose.
Right.
That's what they're supposed to be doing.
So pick based on your
Yeah.
what you want your dog to do.
Is
Everyone
there-
should have a
Lifestyle.
Yorkie.
Is
or
anybody
what?
else freaked out when they see like a cute dog from the front and then they start walking away and they have the biggest fucking ball sack you've ever seen in your life?
No, that's
And you're like,
hilarious.
what the fuck? Like, stop sexualizing these dogs.
I never have sexualized the dog.
No, it's never.
I've
no.
noticed that
Well,
it
that's the
has
natural-
balls,
that's
but
how it's-
that's
I thought that was
okay.
some-
That's
no,
just science.
they don't like work out to make that happen. Speaking of French bulldogs, though, one time I saw the most Portland thing ever, which was someone walking a French bulldog in a little wool dress that I know cost more than everything I was wearing at the same
Oh my
time. I was
yeah.
like, that is an expensive dress that little dog is. So like, they clearly could afford the
They
cloth
like
palette.
took the dog
John.
to Chanel to pick out an outfit.
Basically, it's like probably like baby clothes or something. But I was like, damn.
there was
Portland.
one. There were these two dogs that would come. It was Dolce and
Gabbana?
No, I wanted it to be. It was Dolce and
Frank.
De leche.
Dolce de leche.
and Coco. It was Coco and Dolce were these
Aw.
two French bulldogs that used to come in.
Yeah, those sound
I'd
like
be
the
like,
kind of
this
things
is
that
Target
annoy
and
people
Fred
named
Meyer.
dogs.
That's about what my budget is.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, this is my dog, Dollar Tree.
$1.25 tree now.
This is his older brother, Ross. Dress for less.
Oh my god! I mean, our dogs. They have like a bajillion crates. We spend. I mean, it's because they're our babies, and I love them very much. But I train them. I work
You
really,
do.
really hard to train them.
All the
and
time you're working on it.
sometimes like it's hard because like there's only so much I can do. Like when Janet, our Boston, gets really excited and starts jumping on somebody else, she doesn't jump on me because I don't let her. I knock her down. And she jumps
Me
on him
neither.
a little bit.
I love how you said you knock her
he's-
down.
But you see, here's
He's
the
fun
thing.
POC dad. DOC.
I'm DOC. I always do her voice. I'm like, I want to hang out with Dad of Color, please.
DOC. Can I be walked by DOC?
So here's the thing: is one of my rules. The 2 years of boot camp would solve that problem because Janet's under 2.
Oh.
She is.
2
Yes,
years
right.
of discipline.
Yeah.
She'd get out. She'd get out of the service. She'd have a work ethic.
Could you imagine? She's like, permission to lick.
Exactly.
I mean,
Anytime you tell her something, she just put her paw up like
She's
that.
like, absolutely.
well, a big thing, like it all comes back to like if you want consistency, you also have to be consistent. That's a big thing that people don't understand. Is
Well,
it's like,
humans aren't great. At
why
that.
is my dog not consistently sitting? Well, are you consistently giving them a treat? Probably not.
And it also has to be the right consistency too, because
Yeah.
you can't be jello about it.
Yeah, you can't be jello.
You know.
I didn't understand. I was just yes-anding.
Okay.
Can you explain it?
Because Jello isn't.
It's a
still
solid,
it's a
but it's a-
anyway. We'll cut that part out.
Yeah, let's cut the Jello digression.
All right. Oh, what's up?
No, I think
Last
we
thing?
can. I think we can move on.
Yeah,
I
let's
think,
move on.
I think I've successfully made my point.
Yeah.
I think
but
that was
I'm
a
not.
successful hate topic.
I'm not convinced. I agree with all the points, but I'm not. But the conclusion for me is not hate. It's just train your fucking dog better.
Conclusion for me is I still don't want a dog, but I feel
Well,
very
you're,
good about
you're
how
gonna
well
hate our surprise.
I still
good
think
about how well I sold all my proposals.
we're trying to
I like
move
it.
on, but I still think that if you were to get a dog, Cavalier King Charles Spaniel would be your dog.
Oh, they're cute.
Because
They're cute
they're
and docile,
cute,
right?
cuddly. I've never seen one with any kind of problem.
They don't poop?
They do. I mean, you sometimes have to brush them. They have kind of long hair. They're like a cuddly dog. They're not that big. They love to play fetch. They're very easy to train, very obedient. It's like the perfect dog for you.
No, you have actually sold me on that. And like, if Joanna whenever she brings up like maybe we could get a dog, I'm like, we should get one of these if we do.
What's the love? What we got?
I love the movie Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Have you guys seen that movie?
Oh yeah. Definitely.
So this movie's like kind of has a special place in my heart because, and I don't think like younger, and Nick, you might not even have had this experience, but like when I was a kid, like there was, you would see like if we like had HBO for a while, right? And it's like you watch the same movie over and over and over again because it's on HBO 43 times a month. So my sister and I watched this movie so many times.
Okay.
It's made in 1991. It stars Christina Applegate at like the height of her Married with Children like fame.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the story is
91.
Yeah,
Okay.
1991.
So
It
she
has
had to be like 20-ish.
Yeah,
right?
she was young. So she was basically in the movie starts. She's just graduated high school. She can't go to Europe with her friends because her mom is fucking off to Australia for the whole summer. Right. So she has her and she has like 4 younger siblings. They're all dirtbag children. They're all just monsters. Mom's like, they're like, why are you leaving? And she's like, I'm 37. I need a vacation. Like, that's not a good reason to abandon your children.
leave.
That's a terrible.
I feel like
Yeah.
that every day though. So
For the
Yeah,
whole
well, I
summer.
get it. I get it. But anyway, and so, but then there's this old lady who shows up and she's the babysitter. And they're like, why do we need a babysitter? Okay, she's a babysitter. Mom leaves. Old lady immediately dies. Mom left a bunch of money with the babysitter. And they're trying to figure out what to do. They don't want to call the cops, so they drop her at a funeral home and like leave her. And it turns out they accidentally left all the money. So Christina Applegate has to get a job. And so
That's right.
she goes to, or she starts out at like a fast food restaurant. That sucks ass. She hates it. So she goes to the library and gets a resume book and just types out a resume from a resume example book and gets this job.
Like a
She-
corporate job.
Yeah, a
right?
corporate job. She wants to work in fashion, but it's like this uniform company. Anyway, it's very silly. It's very ridiculous. It's very close to my heart. Josh Charles is in it. He was her coworker at the fast food restaurant, which was called Clown Dog.
That's right.
Clown dog.
Yeah, it has lots of.
Is it a clown themed hot dog restaurant?
Exactly? You got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
And then
Oh,
she
boy.
becomes the mom, basically.
She
of
becomes the mom.
house.
She has to become the mom. So she has like this brother who's like 16 and he's just like a stoner. She wants him to do the dishes. He's out there skeet shooting with the dishes.
Nice.
And he says the dishes are done, man.
He shoots them all and says
Yeah.
they're done.
Says that they're done. Oh,
That's
and
awesome.
she's stealing petty cash from her boss to keep the family going, and she's gonna pay it back
Her corporate boss.
from her corporate boss.
Oh.
How long was her? This seems like months and months.
Yeah,
of,
her mom was supposed to be gone for 2 months.
Ah.
So this all happens very quickly
Okay.
in movie time.
That is
I feel
an
like that
aggressive
the corporate
timeline.
hiring
Yeah.
timeline is now such that like by the time her
Yeah.
mom got back, she would just be getting a call about an interview.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or an email that said that after looking at all her impressive accomplishments, they've chosen to go with other candidates.
It's an
Exactly.
entry level position that requires 10 years experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's a young David Duchovny is in it.
Oh, okay.
Her boss is like iconic. I don't understand why her boss isn't like a queer icon now. But she's just like this brassy broad. And she teaches Christine Applegate's character that like she's always behind on stuff. So someone calls from the corporate office and she says, I'm right on top of that, Rose. So she says that all the time.
When it's something she hasn't
Yeah,
even
there
fucking
she is.
looked at.
There's her
Okay.
boss. That's
Oh,
Rose.
she does look like a queer icon.
Doesn't she?
Yeah,
Like, I'm really
totally.
surprised. I think this movie just hasn't had its renaissance yet.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it's like, I watched a little bit of the beginning last night because I knew we were going to do this. And I was
Oh,
just
cool.
like, I had forgotten how terrible all the children are. Like,
Of course, the mom.
Oh, there's
left.
like 4 of
Yeah.
them.
There's 5 of them.
5 kids.
There's
That's
5 of
so
them. There's like a
many.
little guy with
That's a lot.
glasses who all he wants to do is watch TV. There's like a tomboy sister. There's like one teenage brother who, yeah, the one with the sunglasses there, who,
One of the Culkins.
yeah, he's not a Culkin, but he looks like he could be.
Okay.
And so in this, she's playing like an 18-year-old, like
Yeah.
just graduated high school, and
Yeah.
her mom is 37.
Yeah.
So
Well,
from the
and
age
there's-
of 19 to 37,
No,
this
I get
poor
it, I
woman
get
was
it.
taking care of 5
There's
kids.
like a creepy boss.
I would
thing
maybe
that
Yeah.
happens,
vacation.
right?
Exactly.
Where it's like
Rose's
not
boyfriend
even
is a
no,
creep.
she's not even 18.
Yeah, I think she's like
She's
17.
supposed to be like 16 or 17.
Yeah, but she just graduated and all her friends are going to Europe and she can't go.
This movie, it's filed under the same. There's 3 movies. One is not even in the same era, but there's Adventures in Babysitting.
Yes. Which
And
Keith
then-
Coogan, one of the stoner brother, was also in.
He's okay. Because
Yeah.
I was like, for some reason, that movie, and then the other one was this one called Teaching Mrs. Tingle, and I don't even
that
remember.
one's very different than.
That's like 2000.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like 2000. But for some reason, those are all sort of filed under the same file in my
is
brain.
that funny when that happens?
So
and then,
yeah.
go ahead.
So what about this movie resonated with you where you're like, I got to talk about it? Like, is there a scene or was there something that it had?
I liked the quotability of it. Like, I'm right on top of that, Rose, or like the dishes are done, man. And again, I think it's just like hasn't gotten its due. I feel like it should have had a renaissance by now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it should have had its like cult movie moment, and it just hasn't. And it's actually really funny when I went to watch it last night. I was like, "Where is it streaming?" It's streaming on Max. Like it's HBO. It's been on for 30 years.
HBO just got a
It's
lifetime
still got it.
Yeah,
contract on this
exactly.
one.
Exactly. It's just playing in perpetuity. Like we're all dead and it's still playing. You know. But yeah, I just think it hasn't gotten its due, and I think everyone should watch it. It's very silly.
Paul,
Nice.
start the story clock.
Oh, should we explain the story clock?
Yeah, and we can explain it in it. So
Okay.
I think I've been telling too many stories, and so
It's not
we
going.
are we're implementing the story clock, which gives me 30 seconds to tell whatever weird story that I have. The only story that I always remember about this movie is we rented it and we watched to the scene where the she dies, and then they are dropping her off, and
Which
my dad
happened
was
so
like.
early.
He was like, we're not finishing. He was like, this movie's terrible. And we shut it off. And so for a very long time, I really, really wanted to see it. Because, when
Because it was
your
like the forbidden
yeah,
fruit
it was like
Yeah.
the
Of
forbidden
movies.
film.
And you're done.
And it wasn't as good as I thought.
No, that's fair.
I was
That's
very
fair.
disappointed.
Yeah. Well, I just forgotten like what little shitbags they all were until
Yeah.
I was like watching it last night. I was like, oh yeah, no, like they just like left her at a funeral home.
Yeah.
Like they just didn't like want to deal with the fuzz, I guess. And so
Yeah.
they're like, we're gonna have a dope summer, but then they lost the money and had to figure it out.
Did you guys have any movies like that where like your parents were
No.
like, no, this is a bad movie. You can't watch it. And you were just
No.
like totally wanted to watch it.
No, we watched whatever we
You
wanted.
just watched whatever you want.
Yeah.
I had like all kinds of shows when I was a kid that I
Yeah.
wasn't allowed to watch.
Simpsons.
Like Power Rangers, The Simpsons,
Yep.
Pokemon for some
G.I.
reason.
Joe was off the table for me.
Oh, that glorified the military.
Yeah.
Oh my
Parents
goodness.
are like,
And now you're trying to send dogs to the military. so
Exactly.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
It didn't work at all.
do an episode on AR-15.
Yeah. Well, I just think it's a good platform. Anyway. But yeah, no, there were all those shows that I wasn't allowed to watch. And then there were movies. I do remember occasionally my mom would like turn off a movie. Like my dad would pick a movie and then it would have
Yeah.
like a suggestive scene in it or something, and my mom would be like, "This is garbage. We're not watching the rest of this."
My parents were
And then we would go to bed and my dad would be like, "Well, I'm finishing it."
That's so funny.
That's total dad move.
My dad was
Like,
awesome.
Yeah.
My parents always had like a huge problem with movies that it was like violence was okay, but sex wasn't. Like that was like a big thing where it was like you could have like a sex thing in it, but you could have a violent scene, but you couldn't have a sex scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, it's
once
messed
I
up.
was like maybe in middle to high school, that became kind of our like my mom's thing. She gave my dad violence before she gave him sex in the movies that he could pick
Gave him
or that we were allowed to see.
yeah. I think that's a cultural thing though.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
just a puritanical American.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
an impact of the 80s and Reagan and all that stuff. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always Reagan's fault.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was mad at Nancy.
Throat coat.
Gluck, gluck.
Guck, guck.
What were you gonna say, Paul?
Oh no, that's it.
All right. Well, I think that's good for this episode. So let's do a conclusion. In conclusion,
Yeah.
Nick hates dogs
Dogs suck.
and needs to move to a new city. And Eliza loves Don't Tell. Oh wait, there's a remake. Sorry,
No. Okay.
I caught
No.
that.
So I was like on Wikipedia today, getting caught up. That was from like 2010, and it never happened.
Oh, you really like? What are you gonna do with the update?
Yeah, like
of
it's.
it.
I mean, especially like so many things.
She
like,
never
tell
died
mom
and
their
she's a
kids-
zombie now.
right. If you add a cell phone, like so many movies and TV shows
Totally.
would like. I feel like this about Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That whole show wouldn't exist if they had cell phones.
Like it's all miscommunication.
Exactly. Yeah. So like, yeah, mom's not gonna go away for 2 months and not talk to them. You know.
Yeah, it would be a totally different film. Anyway, all right. So we love Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, and I'm not going to even say it. We still love dogs.
No, we hate them. They're awful.
Paul,
Smell
do we have a sponsor for?
Yeah, actually, Nick is kind of excited to share that he's been working on a movie script. And it's called "Don't Tell Portland That All Its Dogs Should Be Dead." So it's actually the remake you were just talking about. So we're excited
Oh
about.
my god, you made it work. Really proud, Nick.
Well, thanks for joining us for this episode of Love, Hate, Laughs. Hopefully, we'll get Nick to change his mind about dogs. Maybe not, but it was still fun. And catch us this Friday for a really fun Love It or Hate It. If you liked our dog talk, you're going to love this. So have a good night.